In the last video, we talked about how much pride Jay Bateman and this Carolina defensive staff take in coaching fundamentals when it comes to block destruction, when it comes to how to tackle and get guys on the ground. And we're going to look at another example here. In the prior video, we looked at basically the end of the tackle where they're starting already, where the distance is closed and all of that. This is a drill that they do in practice as a part of the difference, where basically you're going to have to get off of a block and then make a rugby tackle on this donut. And you notice they're using this padded donut instead of having physical contact like this from player to player. And this is a low impact way to teach and get reps on tackling in terms of the fundamentals without having guys take each other to the ground. You're not worried about head contact. You're not worried about guys hitting the ground. This is a much easier way to stay healthy, but you're still having to do this fundamentally very similarly to what you would have to do to get a player on the ground. So that's a plus for how they're doing that. But a couple things about this. What they're doing, and you can see Jackson here in this drill, that's not a real good rep in terms of block destruction, which is why we'll see Coach come over and correct him in a moment. Now, what I'm going to focus on, though, is this tackle here. What they're doing, you notice, head is not going across the front of the bag. Head is on the back hip here. And what they're trying to do is they want this player to come through with this, they want the tackler to come through with this rugby tackle and get the head on the backside. And then the real key here, what they want to do is they're going to coach this as close the distance first. So you got to be as close as possible before you strike. And then you want to disappear late. And that's what he talks about disappearing into the person you're tackling, along with what Bateman calls boxer hands. And this is pretty good here, where you can see him start at the hips and boom, but the hands come up into the body into and around the body of the person you're tackling. And you want to put the eyes to the thigh of the player you're tackling. So this is a little high for what you want. You want to be a little bit lower than this as a tackler. But one thing he does very well here is emphasis on the same foot exploding through with the same shoulder. And that allows you to extend and create power into the player you're tackling. And then from there, you get, face cheek to butt cheek is the last thing, and then you finish with your feet and roll. And that's not bad there from Jackson. Now, what you see Coach then come in and emphasize is in terms of block destruction. Note here, when he takes it on here, see where that outside foot is forward, and then he just kind of hops and strikes the bag. That's not good enough. What Coach is going to want here is emphasizing, if this is your leverage point, you want to strike near leg here, so that's where your power is, instead of allowing yourself, if the power leg is here, you're going to be able to get pinned and turned inside. He wants you to strike near leg, near shoulder here, and then be able to strike up and then shed over to the side. That's going to be the point of emphasis, and then get to your tackle. That's really good teaching, and this is a point of emphasis for the Carolina coaching staff and how they're teaching this stuff. And again, this makes a huge difference in the kind of defense that you have in terms of being able to get guys in the ground and not getting blocked on the edge.